And we are back here in All the Mods 9. Now, I have some fun plans today, which really means I want to get into Botania, which is probably one of my top 5 favorite mods. So if you look at Botania, there's a lot that we can do here, and a lot that I'm really wanting to do today. But the first things first, we need a place to put everything from Botania. So we're going to set up some fun stuff, or an island, probably out this way from my base. So I'm thinking something like a fountain, because Botania, is very used on mountain or on mana, and they use mana pools to do their thing. So if I use a fountain of mana, then that is the way to go. Now, I'm probably going to use the builder for this, which I can just come and kidnap my old one from over here, from clearing out everything. Okay, so with the builder placed down, I'm going to need a new shape card and a drawer full of blocks. 44k should be good for now, which I'll just replace with better blocks later. Okay, so drawer there, solar panel there, shape card, shape, and then we're going to need, I think we're going to start with a bottom dome. We're going to set it to hollow. Okay, and then we're just going to offset it 100, -20, and 100. Okay, so now that it's over there, we're going to need to do some adjustments. So if I'm thinking about this right, I'm going to need to do, let me think, change the Y dimension to like a third. So 20, exactly. Okay, and then I actually want to raise it up higher, because I want this to maybe be the second pool. So, instead of 20, why don't we just go 0? And support view. Perfect. And we will let it run. And this should just take no time at all. And boom, not even a minute later, we are done with that first one. Then we can move, we're gonna move down one actually. So if we go -21, and then we're change the dimensions to 81, 81, and I don't know, 27. So in order to make sure everything is aligned properly, we're gonna have to make sure that the centers are aligned. Okay, so it looks like the centers are indeed aligned. So that means we can run back over here and start it up. Ooh, actually, I don't like it. I want it lower. Okay, that is more like it. And we can just run that. And while we wait, I'm gonna sleep. Okay, it is done. And final one, we are going to go 20, and then 26, and then 20. Nope, bigger. Bigger. What do we think, huh? I think we go with it. And the very last thing that I need is just a simple cone that is, I don't know, 50 blocks tall. And -20. And we're gonna need taller. Okay. Okay, that should be the final thing that we need to build with just a simple start. And we have to take out this pillar here. Perfection. Okay, it should need a little bit of work, I think, a bit of adjustment and turning into, or moving some of the blocks into place. But I think this is a really good start. So for what I'm thinking, I haven't quite decided what I want these blocks to be. It could just be like a smooth stone or something. Chipped smooth stone. I don't know yet. And why don't I just keep working with the cobblestone and we can figure that out later, just adding some more detail here and there. Okay, so we've got our basic shape here. Just did a little bit of detailing, just added little arches and these little bumps, I guess, would be the word that I would use. Now, what I need to do next is actually put in the blocks that I want to use, and I'm thinking that I can use the exchanging gadget. Exchanging gadget, this one. And all I have to do is charge it up. But once it's charged, I'm thinking I'll use like mossy cobble, I'll use like all the different things from chipped, and make it look all fancy like, I guess. The water will come in later, but until then, this. Okay, so I am working away on the fountain at the moment, and I think I've got mostly detailed to where I want. I think I'm pretty satisfied with this. Yeah, it's probably fine. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm thinking I want to do a glass fade. Not sure what it's really called, but that's just where you put like light sources down and then you use glass to make it look like it's like fog coming up, which I'm going to give that a try. That's the lowest level. This is the lowest level. Let's give it a try here and see if that looks nice, which I'm just going to do a little bit of glass and yeah. Okay, so I've done a little section here and I actually decided that I don't like it. So we're actually going to tear it out with my silk pickaxe because it just doesn't look very good. If I'm being honest with myself, I have a second idea that I can try, which is just that using water and lapis blocks. Okay, so this is just a little bit of time later and I filled it in with just glass. I thought it made it look like water, but water that I can, of course, just stand on. And I think this one is maybe 2 or 3 layers, and then this one is 4 or 5. But yeah, so now this all looks nice. And I'm thinking that as I go through Botania, that I'm going to make little lily pads that are going to float. I mean, maybe some lily pads or maybe like the backs of some fish. Haven't quite decided, but I think that's what I want to do. But we've wasted enough time on just this. Why don't we get into Botania? So at Botania, the first things that we need to do to start off is get all of these flowers. And all these flowers are going to cost some stuff. But I'm just going to use floral fertilizer, bone meal, and that should be enough. Okay, and then with the use of this bone meal, we can grow specifically Botania flowers. And I believe that I'm going to need 16 different colors, or I have all of them. And we're just going to use up all of my bone meal and go until, you know, we already have all 16 flowers, but, you know, we have plenty of bone meal. Okay, we've got our flowers and we got our little lily pads that we're going to start off of. We're going to probably put some more in as we go, but this is where we shall start. I set up this wireless crafting terminal from Applied A2. That will make my life a little bit easier while we are here. So first off, we're going to need a petal apothecary. So we're just going to make some black dye, or black petals, and make a petal apothecary. Now this petal apothecary does need water, which I totally forgot about. Now, the way that we're going to get the water is, of course, the sink. You get to sit right there, and that works for now. Okay, so we need to make a few flowers first, which the first one that we're going to need is Endoflame, which is just 2 brown petals, a red petal, and a gray petal. So brown, gray, red, and we're also going to need seeds. So brown, gray, red with seeds. Brown, gray, red, and seed, and that leaves us, or gives us 2 endoflames. But I guess we also need the pure daisy, I think it's called. And the pure daisy just costs, oh, it's all just white petals. So we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2. So water and pure daisy. Water, pure daisy. That is 2 pure daisies. And with these pure daisies, I can turn cobblestone and wood into their Botania versions. Oh, and it's starting to change now. Boom. And this one should be pretty close behind that one. And here goes the stone. Now we have 8 of each. Okay, so we're going to need a mana pool, which is living rock. And then we can just toss these endoflames here with some blaze rods right there. And I totally just blanked because we're going to need some mana spreaders, which is living wood, petal, and copper. Now in the quest, Botania seems to be Not sure exactly how useful Botania is, if at all. Nature's Aura. Oh, Botania. Oh, all we need is the Gaia Spirits. How many Gaia Spirits? Just one, which is easy to set up. Thank goodness. Okay, we probably only need one of these, but mana spreaders, we're going to need a mana or a wand as well. So, and I want to make mine out of purple. So the wand, I think it's like the wand of the forest or something. I can't always forget. Wand of the forest. That's pretty. Okay, it is now connected to the pool. Endo flame, one here, and blaze rods. And now we are making mana. It's a very small amount, but it seems to be working. Now that I've built up a little bit of stone and a little bit of wood, I should be able to start actually making some serious mana. Is this even worth anything? Probably not. So, instead though, we're going to jump in the middle, and we're going to do a mana spreader here, and a mana spreader here, along with our wand. My node. Just like that. And our 12 endo flames. So something like that. Then all we need to grab is some more blaze rods. Drop one, or half a stack there, and half a stack there, and we should start building up some mana. Now I went ahead and made myself this Lexica Botania, which is really just the guide for, you know, the whole thing. And it appears that the runic altar is what I need to do next. So, let's see. Runic altar, which just takes a mana pearl or a mana diamond. I'm gonna grab a diamond, and it appears like I have enough mana to do that. One diamond and some stone makes me a runic altar, which then, of course, I can just put right there. And we can start making ourselves some runes. Now, as far as runes go, we need to start off by getting all the runes it's going to take to make Elfine portal. Let's see, where are you? Now, I'm not sure where it is, but we do need to make this terra steel, which definitely means I need to make this terra steel agglomeration plate. So, terra steel agglomeration plate. Although there are terra steel seeds, which request terra steel, although the terra steel B seems to be a little easier, and maybe will produce me, I don't know. Why don't we just start with making some terra steel, and then we can worry about seeds and things. So terra steel agglomeration plate just costs fire, air, mana, earth, and water, as well as a block of mana steel. Now mana steel is pretty simple. It's just the same thing that we did with the diamond, and of course, iron. We already have 5. That will be very helpful. So there's our block of mana steel, and then these 5 runes. We're gonna need mana steel and mana powder, which mana powder is just redstone and the same process. So mana steel, mana powder. We're gonna clear out my hotbar because I'm gonna need it. Mana steel, mana powder, nether brick, gunpowder, nether wart. Okay, so this is everything that I think we're gonna need for the thing. And did I run out of blaze rods? It appears I did, as we are going to need a lot more mana than that. Okay, so gunpowder, nether wart, nether brick, mana powder, and that. Drop that and click. And that got us our first runes, the rune of fire. And all we have to do is repeat the same process for the other runes, just the recipes change a little bit. Okay, we now have all 5 of the runes that we need for the terra steel agglomeration plate, along with 3 blocks of lapis. Although we need some more for the actual altar itself. Now normally, while we're doing this, it would like us to get into sparks, which I think I'm actually going to do. We're just going to set this guy up right here, and we just have to wrap this thing like a little present sitting right there, which I always love. Sparks. Now sparks yep, they are pretty cheap. I'm going to need 2 sparks. Normal spark and a dominant spark. So 1, 2. 1 spark goes here. Another one goes here. And then we just need to put a dominant augment Pixie dust. Oh, we don't do that yet. Great, we get to that later. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We can still do what we want to do. Terra Steel. Now, to make Terra Steel, this is the recipe that we're going to follow. It is just a single mana ingot, mana steel ingot, a mana diamond, and a mana pearl. So mana that, mana this, and mana that. And we're going to need a total of 4. And also an entire mana pool of mana. Okay, so it may not look like it, but this mana pool is actually full. Look right there, and I'm not sure, but I believe that you can actually use the sparks. So if I just mana diamond, and now we wait, and it looks like it is indeed working, and it is going to take up all of my mana that I've made up to this point. Oh boy. Boom. And it was only half of my mana. I thought it was my entire mana pool, but nope, just half. So since I still have another mana pool, I'm going to make another one. And since getting these 2 was actually not as hard as I thought it was going to be, I am actually just going to let these fill back up all the way so I can make the Terra Steel seeds. Okay, and our other 2, oops, that's not how that works. Our other 2. Okay, so we've got our mana pool filled up, and we just need our other 2 Terra Steel. So 1, 1, 1. Wait for this thing to reach halfway full, which should just take a little bit of time, and repeat the process. Now, as far as Terra Steel seeds go, okay, we just need, it's just Supremium and Terra Steel, easy enough. Toss you in this one, and you in that one, boom. Terra Steel seeds, which I've actually prepared a spot for all the seeds that I had at the moment, which are just these ones. And we can toss you just right there. Terra Steel. This one has space for it. And just like that, we already have 20. And it should build up pretty quickly over time. But we need this for the portal to Alfheim at Botania. Okay, so the portal to Alfheim needs these glimmering living wood, which is just living wood and glowstone. And there's this little portal base thingy mabob. I'm going to need these mature pylons. This one right here, the Elven Gateway Core, which is just living wood logs. And so I need this, and then I need 3 of these, and then 8 of just the normal ones, and as well as 1 pool of mana. Okay, so as far as portals go, I think I'm just going to toss it right inside of this wall right here. So boom, boom, boom. So Elven Gateway Core goes there. Then I need living wood log, living wood log. Oh, I'm doing this wrong, aren't I? Okay, I wanted it 1 more block back. So that one there, then block there, block there, block there, block there, block there, block there. Just like that, along with 2 mana pools and the Natura pylons that are right here. Okay, so now that we have everything prepared for this portal here, we can just toss the pylon here, and click the center block, which drains a little bit of mana, not a ton. Okay, so the next step in Botania is, of course, all of the Alfheim stuff. So at Botania. Now, this entails doing a little thing that is the Gaia Guardian fight, which actually isn't terribly expensive. I just need the Gaia pylons, which are just like the Natura ones, but they have pink and cost Elementium and Pixie Dust. Pixie Dust is just mana pearl, and Elementium is just, I think, just mana ingots. 2 mana steel, 1 Elementium. Now, I believe that I have also set up a mana steel seed. Yep, right there. And that one is working as well. So we can just take, I don't know, just grab 2 stacks for now, just to have enough Elementium for the future. 1, 2. This might take a second. But while we wait, we also need some mana pearls, which I'll have to make some more of. Nope, pearl. So I'm gonna need 4 pylons, and each pylon takes 2, so that means I need 8. 6, 7, 8. And Pixie Dust. And I believe that I'm gonna also need some more natural pylons. So Gaia pylons, oh no, they do come from just mana ones. So we just need to make 4 mana pylons, which is mana diamonds. So was it just 4? So from the start, we go mana pylon and then Gaia pylon. That is now set up. And I'm wondering if we can use this floor that's right above for the, I don't know, we'll see, for the arena. We need a certain style. I can never remember exactly what it is. We are going to need beacons and blocks of iron, as well as our I guess it will need to be a Lexica Botania once I find it, or whatever. I need to toss it into this portal, and I've got the Lexica Botania. Now, let's just mark all as red, because that's boring. Ritual of Gaia. We already did that, so visualize. I don't know. We're just going to put it down here for now, and if it needs more space, once I find the middle, which I'm just going to estimate to be right about there, pretty close. Okay, this should be everything that we need to do the Gaia Guardian fight, and I'm just going to use this sword that I have at the moment, and we are going to need some Terra Steel, which thank goodness I made myself seeds for. Oh, yep, and that was good. This music's really loud. Oh, good goodness. What's disabled? Oh boy. Can y'all see him with shaders on? Oh boy. Oh yeah, you can't see him with shaders on. Can we just like... Okay, and just like that, we have finished. We ended up with 8 Gaia Spirit and Intelligence Gem. I guess that's fine. And I'm gonna... I need to sort this out. So I'm gonna do that fight a few more times just because... Actually, no. I'm gonna do the tier 2 fight, which is the same thing, but instead of putting a Terra Steel ingot, I will put a Gaia Spirit ingot in, which is just a Terra Steel in the middle and 4 Gaia Spirits surrounding. So, fight again. Now, I totally forgot that I did have a Botania tab here, and it looks like I have done a lot of the quests, but not all of them. Opening a portal. Now, in the tier 2 Botania fight, we do end up actually getting these Dice of Fate, which can drop these 6 items, which are actually pretty good. I'm pretty sure that this one gives us extra health, and everything else is less entertaining. But I think that's where we go next, is the Guardian of Gaia 2.0. Just like I said, Gaia Spirit, Terra Steel Ingot, Gaia Spirit Ingot. Same thing. They look different now. Okay, let's give this a try, why don't we? And it's the exact same fight. And there goes fight number 2. And with fight number 2, we do get a little bit more goodies like these runes. So I got Rune of Autumn, Rune of Lust, and Rune of Fire, as well as twice the Gaia Spirits, or 2 times what I got for. But the good thing that we did get is this Dice of Fate. Okay, so with this Dice of Fate, we actually can roll it and see what we get. I'm hoping for the Ring of Odin for the extra bit of health, even though I don't really need it. Loki's Law. Or no, King's Law. I don't know what I'm going on about. King's Law we can read about in the Lexica Botania. Key of King's Law. The Key of King's Law is a powerful relic with the ability to materialize weapons from thin air. Holding down right click with this key will begin summoning glowing projectiles from somewhere. Up to 20 projectiles can be created at once, and releasing the grip of the key will launch them one at a time at the point the summoner is looking towards. These projectiles move at high velocities and explode on contact. Cool. I don't know. It's kind of cool. But I'm going to do the fight a few more times and maybe get a few more of those random cube things. Okay, so I did the fight just a few more times and ended up with some goodies. You know, runes, overgrowth seeds, I guess. These wills. Not sure exactly what they do or how to apply them to my helmet, but I'm sure it's cool. And of course, 6 die of fate. So 1 Ring of Loki, Fruit of Grisaya, Ring of Odin, Eye of Frugil, Ring of Thor, and extra goodies. Oh, if I just... Okay, I see. That means I've gotten all of them, so we're good to go. Now there are 3 rings. There's the Ring of Loki, the Ring of Thor, the Ring of Odin, which does apply plus 20 max health. And whatever these things do, I don't much care. So I should have a ring slot, and look at that. 20 more health. Now that pretty much completes the Botania quest line. I mean, the main quest line, just kind of straight through, but there are some side things left to do, and I think I'm just gonna knock those out really quick. Nothing really worth showing off. So just give me 1 second and I will complete these. Okay, so I just barely completed the entire Botania chapter minus the optional quests, which are functional flowers and mana lenses. And with that, this is everything that I got. I got some tools and some pretty cool looking armor, as well as this funky looking cloak. This cracks me up. I look great. Come on, there we go. I think that's a style for sure. And now we get to collect all of these rewards. Oh boy. Oh, all the money in bee spawn egg. Dang. And everything else can just be tossed in my backpack.